So, you want to learn a new language and you are thinking of the best ways to do it faster. Okay, let's talk about it. But first, remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. Also, remember to activate the YouTube bell to be notified. Lastly, I only ask for your sharing, as this will help to keep the channel always on the rise. Can we begin? The Portuguese language is a very interesting language. Many say the native speakers of this language are like singers, since the way Portuguese is spoken seems like a light song. My explanation as a teacher is that we have a very characteristic and expressive phonemes because of Latin. And precisely because of the derivation of this ancient language is that we have a peculiar ways of pronouncing words. Sometimes we find some words that have similar writing and even similar pronunciation in English and Portuguese. But this happens because of the natural evolution and abstraction of some foreign isms that originates, as previously said, in Latin. Many words in the English language have a direct derivation from the French language, and this, in turn, has the largest change from Latin to another language that is part of the same root, Italian. With Portuguese, it is no different. The secret lies in realizing that you are dealing with another linguistic root, and that because of this, you will be compelled to learn the differences between one language and another. How do we do that? As follows. Always remember the alphabet and pronunciation of each letter in your target language. For example, the letter T in English is T-I, T. But in Portuguese, it is T, T-E, T. Let's go with the main tips that will make you learn Portuguese in a faster way. 1. Listen to podcasts. It may seem a little bad at first, but it will make sense. The fact that you are learning a new way of pronouncing words makes it difficult to abstract the exact phonemes, and if you are a beginner, even worse. The best way to have more security and also develop a more sensitive ear to the Portuguese language is to always listen to it. And nothing better than podcasts to train this new skill. Brazil is one of the largest holders of podcasts today, and we have millions of views every month. In addition, the natural language of guests and hosts of the podcasts makes you in contact with something that is real of the speech of the native Brazilian person. Listening to those who are spoken by a single person is also good, especially at the beginning, since the paused lines blend with your beginner's understanding, but without taking away the challenge of listening to something new for your head. There are also a variety of subjects that can be consumed through podcasts, whether it's pop culture or technology. The important thing is to learn. In Brazil, most of the relevant podcasts are those led by finance and entrepreneurship. Although we do not have a very large business force worldwide, we are the ones that consume more content related to companies and financial growth. If this is your goal, start by listening to podcasts in Portuguese. 2. Talk from day one. One of the most common practices of a teacher is to instigate the student to develop a skill of pronunciation and autonomy from the first encounters with the target language. The presented ways for this to be done are through spaced repetitions, controlled conversations, and imitation. Of all these approaches, perhaps the most efficient is imitation. Although it has limitations, such as the fact that imitating is not exactly abstracting knowledge, one thing is undeniable. It is a practice that brings you closer to the real and consistent speech of the Portuguese language. It is not deal for decorating and imitating accents, but rather to learn the pronunciation of words correctly and begin to understand their meanings. With the understanding of each word learned, and preferably daily, you will be better able to have conversations much faster, as your development with the language will have been continuous. One option to help you in this process is to take daily classes with a tutor or talk daily with someone who can offer you the possibility of learning. The problem is that private classes can be expensive if you do not have money to invest, and also conversations with natives must be scheduled by people who already have a higher level of learning in the Portuguese language. But remember those options. Number 3. Use digital media that entertains you. This may be a question you have, especially if you don't know how to do it, but it's pretty easy to explain the steps. Usually when someone goes to watch a movie or to play a video game, they need to choose a language to understand the context, story, etc. One way to help you develop the Portuguese language is by finding content that makes you learn without leaving the fun aside. Do you want an example? The game Assassin's Creed Odyssey, whose game I used to make my final scientific paper at the university, has the Portuguese language as a qualification to be played. The game is huge and has so many dialogues and storytelling that if you stop to analyze all of them, it will take several months just to translate. So imagine understanding. The same thing happens with movies. Learning through what gives you entertainment is ideal because, in addition to giving you relaxation, it will be giving you learning. The most effective ways to do this is as follows. Search for series or films in Portuguese and use the English subtitles, so you will be understanding first what the dialogues and other information want to express. At another point, take the same content you watched and put the subtitles into the language being spoken. And so you will track two things at once, developing both reading and listening skills. But this requires your commitment. Doing this with a movie or a single TV series episode will not develop anything in you if it's something paused or not continue it. This needs to be an action that is part of both your routine and your leisure. Obviously, this will depend on your will and motivation, in addition to your real interest in the Portuguese language. If you liked the content of this video, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to help maintain the content and production of videos, consider being a supporter. Read the description below and learn more. Thank you!